In the heart of Mushin, Lagos, everyone admired Amora's beauty. Phones followed her, strangers worshipped her skin like roasted cashew. But one rainy night, she insulted the wrong old woman. And the mirror began to crack. Her face changed. Her followers vanished. Her pride collapsed. Then came a prophecy: to restore your beauty, marry the man Mushin fears most. And when he knocked, smelling like refuse and looking like death, she said, I accept. This isn't just a fall from grace. It's a journey through fire to find the woman behind the gloss. Before roosters dared challenge the generator hums of Mushin, Lagos, a bluish haze still clung to rusting roofs. From the single cracked window of flat 7B drifted the smell of simmering ugu and dried fish, Mama Adi's preparing provisions for the day's hustle at Mile 12. Her husband, Papa Madu, massaged careless palms, ready to wood their aging cart of vegetables beneath the pedestrian bridge. Between them, hope stretched thin, but love wove the frayed ends. On a mattress pressed against peeling paint lay their only child, Amora Okoye. While the city sweated through the small hours, Amora dreamt in filtered images, neon pumps, brand deals, flashing cameras chanting her name. She did not rise with her parents. Their rhythm was the stubborn tick-tock of survival, has a curated melody of soft life fantasies. Mushin itself was a paradox, overflowing gutters beside neon billboards, cathedral bells competing with Fuji beats, children who tap dance between kiki horns. In this chaos, Amora's beauty was a hush that made everything else momentarily mute. Neighbors whispered that her skin held the warmth of roasted cashew, that her almond eyes eclipsed traffic lights. Stray phone lenses sought her like moths chasing a floodlight. At 5:30 a.m. her mother nudged her shoulder, voice already gritty from wood smoke. My dear, help me separate the fresh scent leaf from the wilted ones before sun shows face. Amora, half-open lashes heavy with yesterday's mascara, offered a smile sweet but distant. Mommy, these nails cost me half my allowance. If they cheap, who pays? She rolled away, cocooning herself in the bedsheet. A sigh sagged from her mother's lips. Another day, another refusal. Outside, a bus conductor rehearsed destinations, Ojulegba. CMS, like a sermon. Inside, pride turned away from chores, unaware that destiny had already counted the seconds to its first crack. The sun had not yet burned the morning haze when Amora set her silver ring light on a borrowed tripod. Fluorescent glow bounced off a patched curtain, casting her cramped room into the illusion of a miniature studio. She dabbed foundation, traced brows razor sharp, and tapped coconut oil along her cheekbones. Each step was accompanied by a whispered affirmation learned from Instagram Reels, soft life or no life. Opening her Insta live, she greeted 6,214 followers. Good morning, Rebel Nation. Remember, your girl Oma Luxury wakes up flawless, 0 filters needed. Hearts fluttered on the screen. She flipped 4 locks over one shoulder, letting LED halos kiss her bronze skin. Telephone wires outside sagged under weight of birds, but inside, Wi-Fi connectivity felt like royalty. Noise floated in, a neighbor sweeping corridor dust, a kettle screaming on the kerosene stove. Amora clicked her tongue. These background sounds are so Mushin. She laughed, unaware the mic captured every disdainful note. Viewers typed laughing emojis. Across the hall, Mrs. Soloko the tailor hesitated, dress pattern in hand. Weeks earlier she had begged Amora to model her latest Ankara gown for a community poster. The influencer had laughed. "Auntie, your sewing machine sounds like a generator with asthma. I only wear foreign labels." The words lodged like broken needles in the tailor's heart. Mama Adis returned from morning prayers, wiping sweat with her wrapper. "Child, greet the day, help me arrange the okra." Amora ended the live stream, sliding her phone into a sequined pass. "Mommy, people pay me to post. Sorting okra won't build my brand." She inspected her acrylic nails, each a tiny universe of glitter, then stepped over the vegetable baskets scattered on the floor, as though chore and indignity were synonyms. A line from her father drifted back, the one he muttered whenever she refused chores: "The tallest Iroko forgets the axe." Amora dismissed it. In her lighting, she saw only the sky, never the storm clouds gathering beneath. By mid-morning the compound burst. Children in faded uniforms hurried to school, balancing worn backpacks. Mechanics rode tires across potholes. Gospel music duoed with Afrobeats from someone's Bluetooth speaker. Amora stepped into this tapestry wearing an imported lilac jumpsuit that clung like second skin. Neighbors greeted, "Amora, fine girl." She answered with a practiced half-smile, eyes already scanning for reflections in shop windows. Near the gate, Mrs. Soloko adjusted a mannequin, its Ankara dress fluttering in humid breeze. Hope flickered in her eyes as Amora approached. "Omo luxury, abeg help me take small photo in this gown. Your followers." Amora waved manicured fingers. "Ma, your patterns are nice for church harvest, not my feed. Maybe find someone relatable." The word sliced deeper than intended. The tailor's shoulders slumped. Elder Danlamy, the compound security guard, paused from watering bougainvillea vines. "Beauty is good, oh, but weak character," he muttered in Hausa, shaking his head. Amora didn't hear, or chose not to. Her focus was the glass door of Chuck's barbershop across the street, where she admired her reflection, tilting head left and right. A Kiki driver whistled. She smirked, brand new braces glinting. Attention was her currency, and the street printed it endlessly. When Mama Adis would pass with vegetable baskets, sweat beading, Amora looked away, hoping followers never paired her high-gloss life with that wheelbarrow of reality. She was an emblem of rising above background, she told herself. Humility was for captions, not daily life. In a corner, little Ifioma, whose mother fried akra at the junction, counted coins for breakfast. She gazed at Amora as one might gaze at a billboard of unreachable dreams. The influencer barely noticed, but destiny took notes. Friday evenings turned Allen Avenue into a carnival of neon, exhaust, and drumming heartbeats. Rainbow lights danced on puddles, perfume of suya mingled with diesel fumes. Amora's heels, foreign stilettos the color of plum wine, clicked a fierce rhythm as she glided toward an exclusive rooftop lounge. Her hair extensions cascaded past her waist, a sequin blazer caught every photon like a disco ball. Bouncers at the club entrance had instructions to roll out the red carpet the moment she arrived. Halfway across a zebra crossing, Destiny stepped in. Mama Iriti, hunched under years and burden, balanced a wooden tray piled with garden eggs and groundnut cones. Rain earlier had made asphalt slick, her sandals slipped. The tray launched skyward, eggs bouncing, groundnuts scattering into gutters. Amora gasped, not in concern but at the horror of egg yolk splattering her jumpsuit sleeve. Phones lifted, passers-by readied for viral content. "Grandma, watch where you're going." Amora backed, wiping at a stain. Do you even know who I am? You've ruined my outfit worth more than your monthly sales. Her voice cut deeper than Lagos traffic insults. The old woman steadied herself on trembling knees, eyes cloudy yet strangely luminous. Daughter, forgive me. My sight fails. A circle formed, hawkers, Okada men, street children. Someone urged, Madam Influencer, help her. Amora scoffed, stepping around spilled produce as though it were sewage. Phone cameras captured every angle. Straightening, Mama Iriti raised both hands. Her voice, neither loud nor soft, carried an eerie certainty. Mirrors lie when hearts rot. May the prettiness you worship peel like bad paint until you bow to kindness. Wind whooshed. Neon lights flickered. A drummer missed a beat. Amora rolled her eyes and marched away, unaware that thunder had found a name to strike. Backstage at the rooftop party, Amora dabbed club soda on the ex-mayor, frowning at the faint yellow blotch. Her friends laughed off the incident, content, babe. You trained for dragging that rude grandma. Yet between pulsating Afrobeats, the old woman's sentence looped in her mind like a broken record. Morning sunlight revealed what night had sketched. Amora screamed tore through the hallway, neighbors spilled from flats, panic in pajamas. She stood before her full-length mirror, terrified. Her once velvet cheeks were blotched, pores enlarged like cratered asphalt. Lips that launched 1,000 DMs were dry, peeling. Hairline, formerly lush, showed patches of scalp. Mama Adis dropped her basket of onions. Blood of Jesus. What happened? Amora clawed at her face. Mommy, I'm dying. A quick trip to a private clinic drained family savings. The doctor, mystified, prescribed antihistamines and prayer. News spread quicker than wildfire on dry harmattan. Influencer's beauty disappears overnight. Blogs posted side-by-side images, yesterday's glow beside today's ruin. Followers plummeted, sponsorship emails evaporated. Abroad-based admirers ghosted. Amora locked herself indoors, curtains drawn like funeral cloth. She tried every lotion, every DIY turmeric mask. The mirror only worsened. Amid midnight silence, a soft crack parted the glass, spiderwebbing across her reflection. She sobbed until sleep drowned her. Screens that once crowned Amora now executed her. Hashtags trended, hashtag beauty curse, hashtag filter fail. Former fans picked apart her past arrogance, screenshots of mocking Mrs. Soloko, sneering at Mama Iriti, surfaced as digital receipts. Brand manager sent curt messages, we regret to discontinue collaboration. The phone, once her throne room, became a torture device. She deleted apps, but gossip groups pinned friends, relatives, even Papa Madu's second cousin in ABA. Money waned. Doctor visits revealed nothing, spiritual houses offered incense and riddles. Her mother prayed, father sighed, neighbors whispered yet offered bowls of pepper soup. For the first time, Amora tasted compassion she had never served. One night, generator fumes mingled with her tears. She stared at the webbed mirror. Within the crack she thought she saw Mama Iriti's reflection, shaking her head. Despair pressed down like the Tinubu bridge concrete. Then came a knock. A frail street preacher in faded kaftan stood at the door, Bible pages fluttering despite no breeze. His eyes glinted with kindness older than Lagos. He bowed slightly. Daughter, you do not know me, but a word for you rests heavy. Amora clutched the doorframe. Sir, whatever you're selling. He raised a palm. Your beauty will sprout anew only after you wed the man Mushin despises most, one whose face and habits revolt. Marry him with soul, not body, and mercy will rewrite your story. Mama Addis frowned. Alpha, pastor, whoever, you want to exploit my child's misery. The man smiled, a river of patience. I want nothing. The choice is hers. He handed Amora a torn leaflet bearing Psalm 147 verse 3, he heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds. Then he disappeared down the stairs as quietly as he had come. Amora stared at the verse, heart pounding. A prank. A test. Yet in the cracked mirror, her reflection seemed to nod. Since science, serums, and social clout had failed, what was left? She slept clutching the leaflet like a drowning woman grasped driftwood. 2 Fridays later, thunderclouds sagged, rain fell in sheets, drumming on zinc. A putrid odor drifted ahead of Baba Dogo, the municipal waste collector, as he clanked up the compound stairs. Neighbors peeked, holding noses. He was a collage of misfortune, potbelly straining a threadbare vest, beard resembling abandoned cobwebs, 2 front teeth the color of burnt plantain. Flies orbited him like satellites. He knocked, leaving brown handprints. Popo Madu opened, recoil obvious. Yes. The man cleared phlegm noisily. Them say luxury needs husband. He cackled, revealing more decay. I agree. Amora emerged, scarf masking bald spots, but nothing could disguise swollen eyes. The stench hit her like Molu exhaust. For a split second she considered running, yet preacher's words echoed. She inhaled rotten fish air and whispered, I accept. Gasps ricocheted through the hallway. Children giggled, aunties muttered prayers. Baba Dogo grinned wider. We marry quick. I hate ceremony. Under a sagging canopy outside the local mosque, Imam Bashir recited verses drowned by rainfall. There was no DJ, no small chops, only the incessant gulp of gutters and murmuring disbelief. Amora wore an old sky blue buba, its armpit stitched hastily with mismatched thread. Her once coveted wig replaced by a plain scarf. Baba Dogo showed up in a stained agbada that looked like it had survived the refuse dump war. The nikah lasted 10 minutes. Witnesses signed, stamping shock onto paper. When Imam declared them husband and wife, Amora felt cold, not from rain but from walking willingly into what felt like exile. They moved into Baba Dogo's shack behind Olosha Market, a one-room cube where walls sweated and floorboards sighed. The odor of years-old garbage clung to everything, including the thin foam mattress. Roaches formed the welcome committee. That night, Baba Dogo snored like an overworked generator. Mid-snore he belched, roared, and released a fart that made even the roaches scatter. Amora sat by a cracked window, hugging knees, rain spraying her face. She whispered, if dawn doesn't kill me, maybe pride already has. But somewhere far off, destiny adjusted its script. First lessons had been delivered, 40 more chapters awaited her trembling heart. The first week of marriage tested every inch of Amora's soul. Their one-room apartment behind Olosha Market was a furnace of heat and flies. Every corner reeked of fermented leftovers and used diapers. Baba Dogo snored through the night, scratching his belly like a lazy drummer playing a personal beat. His toenails were yellow and curved like overripe plantain. He complained about everything. "This soup tastes like gutter water," he said on the second night, spitting into the basin. "Next time, add pepper like person wey sabi cook." Amora, who had once taken pictures of sushi platters and drank imported smoothies, now crushed dried locust beans in a rusted mortar. Her fingers, once painted with fine gel polish, had blisters from pounding yam over a coal pot outside. Yet she did not cry. She washed his clothes, including trousers that smelled of fish guts. She fetched water before sunrise, standing in queue with women who once envied her. They stared now, but with silence, not jealousy. And Baba Dogo, he only grew worse. He demanded massages at midnight. He barked her name like a command. "Oma. Scratch my back. Down, no, left, are you blind?" Still, Amora endured. Something inside her was cracking, not her spirit, but her shell. Every insult peeled away another layer of the old pride. She remembered the preacher's words, "Marry not with your body, but with your soul." So she smiled when the children outside mocked her. She offered soup to the beggar who knocked. She even helped an old woman cross the road, though she recognized her as one of those who had laughed when Baba Dogo proposed. By the seventh day, she could no longer smell the stench. Not because it had disappeared, but because her heart had changed. One Saturday, the sun rose lazily behind smoky clouds, casting a golden hue over Mushin's noisy streets. The compound buzzed with chores, gossip, and frying sounds. Amora stepped out in a plain wrapper, balancing a bowl of water on her head. She wasn't trying to impress anyone anymore, she was just trying to live again. At the borehole, Mama Towa, who once referred to her as Instagram Queen, shifted slightly to make space in the line. No mockery. No side talk. Just tired eyes meeting hers. Amora smiled and greeted her first. "Good morning, Ma." The woman blinked. "Morning, my daughter." She fetched water for a blind beggar. She helped carry firewood for an old man. She bathed 3 of her neighbors' children when their mother fell ill. And when she returned to their smelly apartment, Baba Dogo was sprawled across the mat, snoring as usual. That night, she cooked bitter leaf soup without complaint. He ate it noisily and didn't shout once. "Not terrible," he muttered, and rolled over. She cleaned his feet and wiped sweat from his back, humming a quiet tune. Her hands moved like a nurse, not a wife. And when she finally sat down to rest, something deep within her soul stirred: peace. For the first time in weeks, she slept without nightmares. And somewhere, in a corner of Mushin, an old woman under a mango tree whispered into the wind, "She's beginning to remember what it means to be human." But the spirits that watched from behind cracked mirrors and smoky alleyways knew this was only the beginning. The girl who once bathed in filters now stood in the raw waters of humility. The influencer of vanity had become a student of life. And destiny, satisfied for now, turned the page, but not the chapter. Because the greatest twist was still caught in the shadows. A secret buried beneath Baba Dogo's stink. A story Mama Iriti never finished. And a mirror that hadn't cracked by accident. What if the man Mushin despises holds the very power to unlock her future? What if Baba Dogo isn't who the world thinks he is? Part 2 is where secrets unravel, past sins return, and the storm that stripped her beauty. may have just been a disguise for something far more dangerous. If you felt goosebumps reading this, don't scroll past. If you've ever been judged by appearances or learned life the hard way, this story is yours too. Like, share and subscribe to Tales by Sami African Folktales channel. Drop an high five in the comments if you believe Amora's story is just getting started. Part 2 drops soon. You think you've seen heartbreak? Wait until you meet what Baba Dogo is hiding.